Hey everyone, my name is Gerardo. I work at Fraud Fighters Law Firm as a paralegal, and I most handle spots matters. A seller property disclosure statement, also known as spots, and it's a document that Residential Purchase Contract of Arizona calls every seller to deliver the buyers within 3 days of contract acceptance. Now, in these spots, the sellers are obligated by law to disclose all known material facts about the condition of a property. The purpose of the spots is to allow the seller to disclose any known defects or damages to the home that occurred while the seller occupied the home, or any items that they learned when they purchased a home if there was a previous seller. Yes, sellers are obligated by Arizona common law to disclose all known material facts about a property to the buyer. Material issues that have an impact on the value of a property and the buyer's decision to purchase or use of a property. Now, an important thing to know is that even if there are changes after providing the spots to the buyer, the seller has a duty to disclose new information. Just for an example, if the roof starts leaking after you provide your spots to the seller, but this happens before closing on the contract, the seller must disclose this information to the buyer. The spots is divided into 6 sections: property and ownership, building and safety information, utilities, environmental information, sewer or wastewater treatment, and other conditions and factors. Actually, the seller is obligated to make disclosures regardless of whether the property is being sold as is. My best recommendation will be to disclose any information that you know of the property, and if they are asked by the buyer, to be honest as possible. If a seller violates the disclosure by law by misrepresenting or not disclosing required information, the buyer may pursue legal action against the seller for this failure to disclose, fraud, or misrepresentation, either if it's intentional or negligent. A buyer who is and will be successful in such a lawsuit may be awarded substantial monetary damages, or even a court might void a contract and return all property and money back to the original parties, as if the purchase never occurred. So, if in doubt, and to avoid litigation, make sure to disclose all information about the property. This is an interesting question. So, the buyer is responsible for verifying the accuracy of the information on the spots. If the buyer has a concern, the best thing to do is to provide a copy of the spots to the home inspector. A home inspection is as well recommended. As well, sometimes there are things too obvious in plain sight, so as soon as you notice something that does not match with the information disclosed in the spots, you might want to contact Fraud Fighters Law Firm. Of course, get in touch with Fraud Fighters Law Firm at 480-666-4054 as soon as you discovered something odd about your purchase. We will handle your matter with the importance that it deserves, and we'll give you detailed steps on how this kind of matter flows and what to do to win your claim. Thank you very much for your time. Again, we are a Fraud Fighters Law Firm, and if you have any question, please leave it in the comments, and all of our contact information is in the description below. Thanks.